Hello, hi everyone. Welcome to G Niger TV. It's been a while. Um, we've actually been here for quite a bit now. So today we are basically um, looking to actually talk about some things which are actually happening in Nigeria. My name is Olatunde MD, and I really want to talk about the attack on womenhood. I call it the Nigerian kind. I think about a few days ago or so, it's all over the news in Lagos, in Nigeria as a whole, that involves, um, there's a cross dresser, or should I actually say, um, well, I'll just say cross dresser basically. And one of the most popular Afrobeat musician involved in Nigeria as well. And they were basically, in fact, what really happened is they had this uh, event that actually took place, and there were lots of women there. I'm not going to really stay long, it's just something I just want to just say my 100 naira beat, basically. Now, what really happened was that it got to a stage whereby I think during the event, the organizers basically decided that they wanted to award, to the best dressed woman, and then lo and behold, who did they actually take? Who did they actually give the award to? So to this person, like I said, I don't want to mention their name because I'm not promoting. I will not promote anything, anything like that. I consider myself a centrist, which means that I actually like a balance, in things. What is reasonable? Yes, is reasonable. Anything that's an attack on our tradition and culture, it's a no. It doesn't matter where in the world you are. It doesn't matter how liberal you think you are. It's not going to happen. Anyway, the long and short of it was that this crossdresser was awarded the best dressed woman and allegedly was given 1 million naira as um that was their prize. And when I first read that, when I first read it, I sort of took a double take. It's like, is this for real? Nah, no, it can't be real. But apparently, it was true. Then there was the almighty, there was this conflict between, I think, some celebrities that were there. There was a couple, and everything just went haywire. Then by the following day, it was all over the news globally among, Nigerians basically. And before you know what was going on, there's this threat, counter threat, insult, and all sorts of things were flying all over the place. And it then happened that they now said, this was a ploy to sort of come through the back door. Now, what I actually found is that, look, this guy has always been doing this thing. Nobody said anything. I remember in the early days, he came to London, and it was women. It was women that were celebrating this. In fact, it was more of women. They were giving him money. I don't know what happened, but the British government stepped in and they decided that, no, they're not going to give this guy this thing. And that was it. They didn't give him anything. They didn't give him, I don't know whether they actually canceled his visa or not. But what I know is that he's banned from coming to the UK, and, what was crazy about this thing is that if you look at it globally, this thing that's actually taking place, you find out that in the Western world, where you have the transgender men basically that says they are women, the primary support they actually got was from primarily women themselves. They didn't realize that they're going to be victims. All of a sudden, we found ourselves where we are now trying to find out that we are even looking for the definition of what is a woman, what is a man. In fact, I think it's just primarily what is a woman. And women themselves were being asked that question. And they were saying, and they were going about it like, yeah, our logic was being turned on its head. Everything that we've ever known was being questioned. Now, well, This is really about the Nigerian side of things. But what I'm trying to point out is this: you see, when things comes out, this is one of the reasons why women need to be very careful. When things come out, you need to be very careful. It's not about just being inclusive. You're trying to be, oh, yeah, it's a guy, but now it's a woman. Come on, it's not possible. If a man has been born biologically as a man, it doesn't matter which part you chopped off and things, it will still remain a man. You know, I don't want to get into the intricacy of whether biological. We know the basic biology. I did biology too now, basic one. So nobody can really come around, and come up with some sort of things, like they said, you want to call a monkey orangutan. Ah, come on, we can tell the difference now. So the key thing is that women need to, maybe for Nigerian women, most of the generation we have now don't realize that a lot has been fought over the years to let women have their rights. And now, this generation, they're actually taking, liberty for license, just basically just applauding these women. I see how they go around, like, I don't know whether they're sort of trying to outwit themselves, how they show love, to this guy is a guy, you know. Of course, the Nigerian law does not really address the issue of, should I say transgenderism? Please correct me. But I think or cross dressing. When it comes to gay, yeah, to being gay, yes, the Nigerian constitution does actually address it. You know, but the point I'm just trying to say here is that women need to be very careful in these things, because if not, they will be the one they will actually find themselves on the back foot. So most of the women who are sort of supporting this guy, and they are very, when they are talking to him, they make it seems normal. Look, even for guys who are his friends and all that, apologies, but I'm just being very, very frank and just being brutally honest here. You have sisters, you have mothers, you have nieces, you have aunties, and all. Put that in mind. At the end of the day, if you continue in this trajectory of trying to normalize it, what will happen is that they will become victims. In the West, look, this thing has really blown up. It's a major, major social issue, where, you see a full grown man, with pennies inside a female toilet claiming, that they're actually what? That they're actually women. And women are supposed to, just shut up and just accept it. That is what they find. Now, the women in the West are beginning to fight back. And the same thing we're actually having here, the same thing we are beginning to actually have here as well, in Nigeria, basically. Women need to be very, very sensitive to this. And guys need to stop trying to sort of make this thing normal. We shouldn't. We shouldn't. This thing can escalate in such a way that it might even affect men in ways that maybe you and I are not even thinking about it. That's the truth. So now people need to actually we need to get our acts together. It's what is wrong is wrong. If the guy wants to dress as, quite frankly, for me, if he's actually doing that going around, fine. But to try and make it like, look, accept me, it's okay, you know, I- that is going to be a problem. That is going to be a problem, and that is an attack on womanhood, not just in Nigeria, it's globally. In some cases, they want to actually, men are naturally stronger than women. We're not trying to prove anything here. I'm not trying to prove that a man is better than a woman. That's not the point. The point I'm actually trying to say is that physically, men are stronger. Men are very, very strong. That is biology. That's the way it has always been and will always be. It doesn't matter what kind of theology or what kind of weird ideology you're trying to put. It's not going to work. It has always been like that. So I don't really understand that at all. Don't really get it. So when people are actually doing that, nobody knows what is actually going on. That needs to be sorted out. So please, like I said, it's just actually meant to be a very short one. But women, please wake up. Don't allow yourself to actually be used. Don't. It's amazing when you actually have where we're now saying that what is a woman. And they are even asking a woman, and the woman is like, oh, I don't want to say this. And then start coming up with some complexities that doesn't make sense. That's when I actually realized that it's really true. You can be smart, you can be academically sound, but at the end of the day, they are the most extreme. There, you can be the most extreme, foolish person there is on earth. Being academically sound, it does not mean that you have wisdom. You can be the most foolish of all person. Women should actually, will not, should not, and we have to actually speak up. If you want to dress around, prancing around like that, that's fine. That's your thing. But don't bring it around and start telling our sisters, start telling our wives, start telling our moms, start telling our aunties, and start saying that, that they started giving them weird names. They started calling women bleeders. No, nobody actually saw that coming. But in a way, I really do blame women who accepted this. The one, I mean, look, I'm not saying all women accepted it, but most women that did, they are part of the problem. I don't know what we were trying to prove, to show how nice you are. Nah, it doesn't work like that. So anyway, from me again, Jinaja TV and our program, what up for today. So I just want to say thank you for everyone. So I mean, come on, guys. If you actually have comments, please make some comments. Let me know what you actually think. Or am I wrong in saying that? I don't think so. I don't have any doubt that maybe I'm right, no, maybe I'm wrong. No, absolutely right. Biology will not change. People might change. They might do everything, change their skin tone, change everything, changeable. But at the end of the day, it's pretty much going to be the same thing. You know, a man is a man, a woman is a woman. Men have no business under the guise of actually trying to say that they are women, then go and they're going into women's sports and destroying, injuring the women. Come on, what do you think was going to happen? Saw some videos earlier today. It doesn't take a genius to actually work out that no matter what, these guys that say, you can imagine a guy that was born biologically born male as a swimmer or as a boxer, never won anything competing with other men. The moment they now said, I'm now a woman, and they now started competing against women, who is being cheated? It's the women. That is why we have these different categories, isn't it? Men and women. Men compete against each other, women compete against each other. It's as simple as that. So why would a man just actually get up and all of a sudden start thinking, I'm going to be doing this? Absolutely not. And it's astonishing that you actually have authorities who are, in the West who are saying, equity and fairness. No, it's not equity and fairness. That is despicable and is absolutely unfair to women. Respect to all the women out there, Absolutely not. So anyway, like I said, please leave your comments and we see you again tomorrow. So from me, Olatunde, take care and God bless.